What is the biggest difference between a high-ticket business that makes $1,000 per month and one that makes $100,000 per month? It's not scale, audience size, or online authority. My name is Quinten, and I'm a copywriter, media buyer, and creative strategist for high-ticket coaches who manages $1 million a month in ads right now. I've worked with some clients that are pretty small who could never spend more than $15 a day, and I've also worked with some really big clients who never spent less than $15,000 per day. So if you have a high ticket coaching offer and you are struggling to hit 6 figures per month, I want to share in plain, simple terms the difference between where you are now and where the $100,000 per month version of you is. To clearly explain this analogy, let's draw two people with a coaching offer. Person A makes $5,000 per month and person B makes $100,000 per month. Let's say they both have an educational offer that teaches you how to start a dropshipping store. Same offer, same price, same problem, same ads manager. And if you put their two websites side by side, you honestly could not tell me which one was which. Person A's site might even look better. He spent more time on it. So what is actually different? 5 different things that I'm gonna go over in this video. Number 1 is belief. You need your customers to believe. This is the one that everybody skips, and it is the one that decides everything else. Because here's what is really happening when someone lands on your page, and this is what they're thinking. They're not asking, is this good? They're asking, will this work for me? And those are completely different questions. Person A answers the first one. He tells you his program is great. He tells you his framework is proven. He tells you he has been doing this for 8 years. Whereas person B answers the second one. He shows you 11 people who look exactly like you, who were exactly where you are, and where they ended up. And that is literally the whole difference between the two messaging. One of them is making a claim, the other one is removing a doubt. And belief does not come from one testimonial buried at the bottom of the sales page. It comes from proof shared constantly over and over until it is just the wallpaper of your brand. Person A posts a win when he happens to get one, maybe once a month. If he even remembers, maybe he gets lazy and doesn't even do it. Whereas person B post proof every single week, even every day if possible. Screen recordings, before and after numbers, a voice note a client sent him, a screenshot of someone's first sale. Half of it is small stuff, but he posts it anyway because proof is not a highlight reel, it is a drumbeat. It is consistent. And here is the thing about doing it consistently. When somebody finally lands on your offer, they have already seen you get people results 11 times. You are not asking them to take a leap of faith anymore. You already did the convincing weeks ago in public for free. Person A is trying to build all that belief in the 90 seconds someone is on their landing page, and that is not enough time. It was never going to be enough time. One more thing on this, and this is the part that kind of might sting a little bit for you guys. If you do not have proof yet, this is not a marketing problem. This is a product problem. So go get something or somebody a result, even if it's just one result, even if it was free, because you cannot write your way around an offer that has never worked for anybody. Number 2 is simplicity. Person B writes at about a 4th grade level, and this is on purpose. And I need to explain why, because most people hear that and think it means dumbing it down or talking down to people. It does not mean that at all. Direct response copy is written simply, not because adults have a child's mind, but because of how your brain manages energy. Your brain is about 2% of your body's weight, and it burns about 20% of your daily energy. It is expensive to run, so it is constantly, quietly looking for ways to spend less. When someone reads a long sentence with big words and 3 clauses stacked inside of it, their brain has to work. It has to hold pieces in memory, translate them, and put them back together. And that simply takes effort. And when reading takes effort, the brain does the cheapest available thing. It scrolls. Not because they are dumb, because scrolling is easier than concentrating, and it always will be. So simple language is not about their intelligence, it is about friction. Every word you make them work for is a small tax, and they can leave at any second for free. There's a second reason too, and this one matters more for what we sell. Direct response works by triggering something emotional, whether it be fear, desire, status, safety, and short, punchy words hit the emotional part of the brain almost instantly. Free, win, broke, safe, stuck, proof. Big abstract words have to get translated first. Leverage a scalable acquisition framework, for example. It has to be decoded before it even means anything. And by the time it is decoded, that feeling is gone. You are not trying to be understood, you are trying to be felt. And those are different jobs, and only one of them sells. Now, let me put a real number on this because I think it will surprise you. The average American adult reads at about a 7th to 8th grade level, but over half of American adults read below a 6th grade level. That is around 130 million people, and that number comes from a modeled estimate, so treat it as a big round picture, not a precise count. But either way, still, it's half of the country. So when you write your sales page at a college reading level because you want to sound credible, you are not sounding credible. You are just filtering out most of your buyers before they ever get to your price. Your sales page is probably not too simple. It is probably just too hard for them to read. And look, I write this way, and I still catch myself doing it. You get close to your own offer and you start using your own internal words your clients have never said out loud in their life, but they feel like secondhand nature to you when you say them. So here's the test I use. Read your page out loud. If you would not say that sentence to a friend at a bar, it does not go on the page. Number 3, the value has to exceed the price. Person A prices his program based on what he thinks he is worth. Person B prices his program based on what it is worth to the buyer, and those are two completely different numbers, and only one of them makes the sale. Because before anybody buys anything, they do a quick piece of math in their head, like what do I get versus what do I have to pay? And here's what most people get wrong about that math. It does not need to be close. It needs to be obvious. If your program is $5,000 and it gets them one client worth $6,000, that is technically positive, but they will still not buy it. They will think about it. They will say, let me talk to my wife, and you will never hear from them again. Not because it was a bad deal, because when a decision is close, waiting always feels safer than deciding. But if your program is $5,000 and it gets them 4 clients worth $6,000 each, that is $24,000 against $5,000. Now it's not even a decision anymore. Now it's just basic math, and you do not have to convince anyone of that. So when your offer is not converting, the instinct is always to lower the price, and that is almost always the wrong move because a smaller number does not fix a close comparison. It just makes you poorer while it is still close. Raise the other side instead. Make the thing they get so obviously bigger than the thing they pay that the gap does the selling for you. And that is not about stuffing in more bonuses nobody wants. 9 modules and a Facebook group is not value, that is volume. Value is how much closer this gets them to the outcome and how much faster and with how much less risk on them. Number 4, sell the transformation, not the features. Person A describes his program, 12 modules, 6 group calls, a private community, a workbook, lifetime access to whatever. Whereas person B describes where you will be. You will have your first paying client in 30 days. Nobody has ever wanted 12 modules. 12 modules is homework. 12 modules is a thing you will feel guilty about not finishing. And when you list 12 modules, the picture in their head is a Sunday afternoon of work that they do not have time for. They want what exists on the other side of the 12 modules. They want to be the person who figured it out. And I want to be clear because this trips people up. You still list the modules. The features are not the enemy. They are just in the wrong place. The transformation goes in the headline, where it does the convincing. The features go further down, where they do a different job. They make it feel real. They answer the quiet question of, okay, but how? Person A leads with how and never gets to what. Person B leads with what and lets how do the reassuring. Here is the quickest way to catch yourself doing this. Take any line on your page and ask, so what? Lifetime access, so what? So you never lose it, so what? So you can come back when your business changes and it still works. That is the line. That is what goes on the page. Keep asking, so what, until you hit something a human being actually feels. Most people stop 2 questions too early. 5, it has to stay high dopamine the whole way through, from the ad to the landing page to the offer to the sales call to the close. This is the one almost nobody audits, and it kills more money than the other 4 combined because most people optimize one step. They make a great ad, and they genuinely have a great ad, and then they wonder why the money is not showing up. Let me walk you through what actually happens to person A's buyers. They see a great ad, sharp hook, good energy, real promise, so they click and they are excited. They land on a page with a different headline than the ad had. Maybe it has different colors, a wall of text, it has no video. And in that half second, something drops. They do not think it consciously. They just feel slightly less interested than they did a moment ago. They read a bit, so maybe they fill out a form, The form says thanks, we'll be in touch. Then nothing happens for 2 days. Then they get an email with a calendar link, but by now they have forgotten which ad they even clicked. They book a call anyway, and the call opens with, so tell me a bit about yourself and your business. Every single one of those steps is slightly worse than the step before it. It's not broken, it's just getting worse every time. And at every step, some percentage of people just leave. Now, the same buyer going through person B, same ad, they click. Great ad. The headline on the page is the same sentence as the ad, word for word. The very synchronous messaging is so important. It feels like they are still in the same conversation, and that's the point. The person in the video is the person from the ad. Same face, same energy, same room. They book right there on the page. There's no form, there's no waiting. It's very quick. The confirmation page tells them exactly what happens next and when and what to bring. They get a text in 5 minutes or less, not an email later down the road. And the call opens with something more like, so you booked this because you are stuck at $15,000 a month, so tell me about that. He already knows because the form asked and somebody actually read it and they are relating it to the individual, to the customer. These person A and person B, they have the same ad spend. They have the same ad. They have similar traffic, completely different amount of money because the energy never dropped. So here's what I want you to actually go do, and this is completely free and it takes about 20 minutes. Go through your own funnel as if you're a stranger, or even get a stranger to do it for you. Click the ad, land on your own page, book your own call, read your own confirmation email, and at every single step, just ask this question. Am I more excited than I was a second ago or less? Every place the answer is less is costing you money right now. So all 5. Belief, because they are not asking if it is good, they are asking if it will work for them. Simplicity, because reading is effort, and effort is the thing they leave over. Value, that obviously beats the price because close decisions do not get made. The transformation instead of the features, because nobody has ever wanted 12 modules. And number 5, the energy never dropping, high dopamine from the ad all the way to the close. None of that is a skill. None of it is audience size, and none of it is being known online. Person A is not worse at this than person B. Person A is doing 4 of these 5 things almost right, and the leaks are in the seams between them. That is the difference between $15 a day and $15,000 a day. So start with number 5, walk your own funnel today and find the spot where it gets worse. It is the cheapest fix on this list, and it is usually the biggest one. I'll see you in the next one.